Welcome back, everybody. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how to edit audio inside of Adobe Premiere Rush. The goals of this tutorial are for you to learn how to add media, trim clips, remove media, mute tracks, basic versus advanced controls, fading the audio, recording audio, and then again the limitations when it comes to editing audio inside of Adobe Premiere Rush. Adding audio inside of Adobe Premiere Rush is very similar to adding video. So I could go here and click the plus sign, but I'm going to click this icon right here first to show everything that's in my project. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click plus for add media. I'm going to look for media. And then I'm going to go onto my desktop once again, and I'm going to find my Adobe Premiere Rush folder. Then you'll notice that it actually gives this sort of icon to represent that this is audio right here. So I'm going to click add, and then you'll notice that's right down there on the track. And you may wonder what this little white icon is for. It means that somebody is speaking inside of this audio file based on the artificial intelligence that Adobe Premiere Rush is using. Removing audio is very similar to doing the removal of audio when it comes to video. All you need to do is select which clip that you want. You can either click delete on your keyboard, let me undo, or you can click the little trash can as well. And I'll click undo. And that's how you remove media when it comes to audio. And if you want to prevent yourself from removing that audio, you can use this lock icon, and you'll see these lines appear here if the lock is actually enabled. If you want to mute an audio track, all you need to do is click on the speaker icon as you see here, and it will gray out when it is muted. But notice when I unmute everything, all the colors come back for all the audio tracks. Now we are going to take a look at the basic and advanced controls for audio. So when you select a clip, you can go over to the audio icon over here and select it. And you'll see on top for basic, the clip volume can go from 0 to 100. It's at 50 by default. Please note that if you put the volume up all the way, you're going to be adding noise most likely to your audio file. You'll also notice under advanced, it has an audio volume function, a balanced sound function, reducing background noise, reducing echo, and then enhancing speech, which you'll notice they have male and female as two options for that. You'll also see here under voice, where it says voice, that I could change the type to music or other. When you change it to music, you'll have a way to select what's called auto duck. And for any of you who have not used auto duck before, ducking basically means when you have someone begins to speak and there's music playing, but suddenly the music goes down because it's trying to make more room for the person's dialogue of whoever's speaking. So the auto duck feature could be useful if you had music on a separate track from the dialogue. But please remember, music is the only type that can be auto ducked, and you have to select a type for each file, and you can only select one type per file. You'll also see down here that under channels, if you select on a channel, it will mute one of those channels. You may ask yourself, well, why isn't there one on the right audio channel? Well, the reason there's not a waveform on this channel is because I'm only recording into one channel for audio at the moment in this tutorial. It's pretty common that you'll need to fade audio at the beginning or end of an audio clip just to make a smoother transition. So I wanted to go over that really quick with you all. So to do that, you need to actually go to the Transitions tab as seen over here. If we take a cross dissolve and we put it at the end of a audio clip, as seen here, you'll notice this icon appears. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my playhead over here, and then I'm going to zoom in on the timeline. If I grab the sides of this cross dissolve, you'll see it allows me to have a longer or a shorter fade over time. So if you wanted to do that with a video clip, you would need to expand the audio. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Take a cross dissolve and put it on the clip. But if you only want it to be a cross dissolve on the audio, you have to deselect the clip, as seen here. Click on the cross dissolve for the video and delete that. So now you only have a fade that's going to happen to your audio instead of your video. So now let's talk about recording audio inside of Adobe Premiere Rush. To do that, we need to go up to the Preferences tab for the program. It's most likely going to be found under Premiere Rush when it comes to a Mac. On a PC, it's probably going to be under File or Edit that you will find a Preferences menu. So we select Preferences, and we're going to select our audio input. So in this instance, since I'm connected to the microphone, I could actually select Scarlett 2i2. But for today, I'm just going to select built-in microphone because most of you are probably going to use your built-in microphones that are on your webcams, and that's okay. You could even actually record on a cell phone too and bring the audio over that way if you wish. So I'm going to click OK. And then now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You're going to see this little microphone icon down here. So if I click that and I click the red button, then 3, 2, 1, and then it starts recording my audio, but you'll notice it's really loud, as you can see over here on these green, yellow, and red bars. Your goal is to probably be somewhere around, let's call it about the yellow, right around the top of the yellow is where you're aiming for. You won't see a waveform while you're recording though. So I'm going to stop the recording. Then you'll see that this waveform has appeared right here. Your goal is to probably be somewhere around, let's call it about the yellow, right around the top of the yellows. So you see right there that the audio has been recorded, and then I can move it around as I wish. Now let's talk about the limitations when it comes to editing audio. Please remember that you can only use up to 3 audio tracks at a time. Also, you cannot keyframe audio changes. If you're wanting to create different types of audio effects, you're going to need to split clips and then apply certain effects to specific clips. You could also use transitions between clips too if you're trying to figure out some way to do fades from one clip over to another. And that's it for editing audio.